2017. Our order of business is some activities first for the commission. Minutes from September 27th, 2017.
Yeah, you said you did.
I think one was a file number and the other one was, yeah.
Do you have it here?
Yeah, but yeah, I only have the one. I think there's one change.
One number 27?
That one
I
must
just
be,
need to fix whatever you fixed, because I
Okay.
send it.
yeah, actually, there's one that has a file number. I can't, up on
Let's see.
top there.
Oh, yeah, Renee.
Oh, yeah, you didn't know the name, that's right, yeah. And then there was a file number.
Good with the minutes.
I beg your pardon?
Are you good with the minutes?
Yes, I already went through them.
Okay. I will make a motion that we approve the minutes of September 27th, 2017 as written.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes of September 27th, 2017 as written. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's passed unanimous. Okay. Now we have the MACC conference.
Yeah, it gave you stuff,
Yeah.
it's a little bit different than the regular fall one, you know, that's usually in Worcester. So I think it's the same thing, but this one's in
Yeah.
Sturbridge. It's like next.
October 28th in Sturbridge?
Yeah, it's next week from this Saturday.
Maybe,
Oh, at the Public House, okay.
Yeah,
yeah, maybe
So it's a
Holy
little-
Cross got tired of us or something.
I don't know.
Who's buying?
Well, I think you get, well, because you're members.
I beg your pardon?
Because if you're members, you get to go for nothing, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, we
Right.
do.
I think you just have to sign up,
Yeah, town of, yeah.
if you want to go. Trouble is, they always have them on
October 28th.
Saturdays.
No, there's a price here. MAC members, 110
Oh,
on the registration form.
so if you sent them a check, then the town would reimburse you, the Wetlands
Yeah.
Fund would reimburse you if you wanted to go.
Yeah, that is, that's interesting because
October
the, when it was
28th.
at Holy Cross, they used to be
Yeah, I
about
know.
$55, $60.
Yeah, yeah, I know, it's gone up now, well, now it's in a fancier place.
Yep. I wonder who
You
decided
gonna
to
go?
put it there in the public
No.
house.
No.
My train club has their open house that weekend. So I'm
okay,
gonna-
well,
October
it's a
20,
possibility.
I have to check, just to make sure.
Okay, I just figured
But
I'd let you know if you wanted to go.
I'll let you know right away.
Okay,
Yeah, and if you decide at the last minute to go, we can always get reimbursed later.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'll double, I'm
And-
pretty sure I can go, I just want to, they got some good classes,
Yeah,
too.
they do, they have some
Yeah.
good things to go to. And then I want to just tell you, it's not on the agenda, but Kyle, the Eagle Scout,
Yes.
emailed me, and he's finished doing the stuff on the Orange Trail, you know, the cleaning up.
Uh-huh.
And he's just got a couple things left on the Blue Trail, and he's gonna go back, and they're making some bat boxes and a few other things. And so he wanted us to know, wanted us to know if we wanted to go on his last, the last walk to show us everything he's done. So
Yeah,
I
I
told
wouldn't
him
mi-
just
I
to let
wouldn't
us
mind
know,
it.
and we'd go.
That's quite a little feather in his cap, you
Yeah.
know, it is for his eagle,
Yep.
so.
Oh, and he also put the logs up, at the end of the.
Good.
The trail that we wanted.
Oh,
to
that's
do. Yeah.
terrific. So we
Yeah.
should go.
Yeah, we should.
He'll give us a date
Yeah.
when to go?
Yeah,
Okay,
and so I'll let you know.
That's great.
What
Absolutely.
logs is that?
Remember, we were gonna try to block weren't we gonna try to block the one?
The four-wheelers.
Oh, yeah,
The
okay.
four wheelers, yep, so they did that, and then they have some stuff that he talked to John Woods about coming in and chipping, some stuff that they had cleaned up. So John's gonna do that for him, so it's pretty well organized.
Yeah, that's terrific.
And then the only thing he wanted to know was, he said, that where the fence was broken, he said, did you talk to anybody? I said, well, it's the state.
Yeah.
We may not ever hear back from them.
Governor Baker's going to come down personally and do it.
You fix it, and they'll probably say, now you own it.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll let you know, when he's
Okay.
gonna go.
Love to go to that one.
So,
Yeah, that'd
Absolutely.
be nice to do that.
I don't know.
I love seeing kids giving back. That's so good.
That clock doesn't seem to be accurate, is it?
It's 7:04.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we still have time, okay.
So we get the COC if you want
Yeah,
to
we'll do
sign
the,
minutes?
yes,
Says continued, but they, he called me.
yes. It's continued from before, but we
was-
can
yeah.
take it up.
Yeah.
And you feel it's adequate?
Yeah, because the only thing they had left, we had gone out and seen everything they had done, it was the replacement of the wall, and the only thing they had left to do was to replace those retaining, the wood retaining wall there along the path that goes to the pond, and you took a look at it from the pond side, I
Yeah,
took a
they
look
did
at
it,
it.
they replaced a couple of
Yeah.
pieces of wood on the steps as
Yeah.
well, but
Yeah,
it looked fine. It
Yeah.
didn't look much different than when it was.
yeah, and then the tree that they thought they might have to cut is not on their property, so they're not gonna.
You can't touch that one.
They should talk to the neighbor about that. Weren't they worried about it coming down?
Well, the neighbor, yes, and the neighbor thought it was on their property, and he said, well, if it's on your property and it falls on my property, then isn't it your fault? But now they found out that it's on his own
Well,
property.
the abutter has a right to clear the tree, whatever branches hang over onto
Right.
his property, he has the right to,
Right,
if that's what he wants to do.
well, but now come to find out, the whole tree is on his property, on the neighbor's, so they don't have to worry about it. He'll have to do it himself.
Okay, so we need a motion to issue COC for 22 Lakeview.
I'll second.
You can make them.
Oh, I gotta make the motion. I motion that we accept the COC. I thought you had done that, I'm sorry.
We need more people for
I
motions.
misunderstood.
I will, yeah, we do. I will second that.
Been moved and seconded to issue a COC for 22 Lakeview Street. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Pass unanimous?
There you go.
Okay. Okay, so, do we have anything else? Because it's not quite 7:15 yet.
I don't think I have anything else. Can't think of anything. Let me think.
What, COC, for
The COC?
111 Center Street, that was,
Oh, COC, we issued that one.
yeah, we issued, didn't we issue?
Is that on the
yeah.
agenda?
No.
Well,
That's the
it's a
minute.
request.
Oh, that was from the minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we issued that one. And she actually called and is gonna come in and, purchase the
Yeah, and everything
little
went through
signs.
well.
The post, yep.
What else we got? New hearing. Okay, I take care of this.
I don't know if anybody really would come to this other hearing. 22 minutes.
And Tim said he didn't have too much luck trying to find anybody else to join.
I tell you,
It's a hard sell, eh?
well, we're on TV every day, we're pleading with people, and I don't understand why people have this thing about not wanting to give back to their town. I mean,
Anybody wanna join? You need people?
I don't live in town anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the Kingston Conservation Commission.
Oh, are you?
You are.
Yeah. In the next town over.
move
They
back.
don't
we
have
could
a
use
school
them.
with leaky ceiling. So, okay. So, let's start reading. Okay. Notice is hereby given in accordance with the Mass Wetlands Protection Act, Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Carver Wetlands Protection Bylaw, that a public hearing will be held at 7:15 PM on Wednesday, October 18th, 2017, in Meeting Room 1 at the Carver Town Hall to hear the notice of intent for the proposed removal of pine trees that pose an endangerment to the existing dwelling. The pine trees are to be removed, those which are within 100 feet of Wenham Pond. They'll be replaced with fruit trees. The property is located at 32 Wenham Road, Carver, Mass., map 47, lot 13-0-R. All interested parties invited to attend. Copies of all plans, filings, and pertinent documents are available at the Conservation Commission office. And would you like to
You may come
take the
up
hot seat?
and
Are
speak.
there any questions?
Oh, you weren't just gonna sit
And
there
you
and
can
listen,
sign in
were
if
you?
you want to.
Yeah, there you go, sign in.
Okay. Well, you even get a microphone? Wow.
Yes.
I just want to point out that the address is incorrect in one of the two places.
Yeah.
It says
Oh, it is?
22.
Two in one,
And then in
30.
32 in the
Whoops.
other.
On the public hearing notice?
Yeah, well, on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
So what's the correct address?
It's 32.
32.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're right.
I'll fix it in a minute.
Yep. As long as the ad was right. The ads are important.
Right. So,
So we
Walked
had
in?
gone out and
Yep.
seen this at Cynthia's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and we didn't see any problems,
Nope.
and doesn't seem that there's anybody here to object to it. So,
We didn't figure there would be.
Okay.
And you still thinking of maybe doing your driveway? She wanted to add in maybe the possible paving of her driveway,
Yeah.
but you weren't sure about that, right?
Not yet, wouldn't be right this time soon, but
Yeah.
it's just that I have to have it refilled all the time with,
Okay.
because it gets so many potholes.
Yeah.
But, I was thinking maybe down the road, get it paved. That's a lot of money, but
Yeah.
down the road.
Okay, so I did put a condition in the order that if she wanted to have it done, to let us know, we'd go out and take a look and see maybe if she might need to
Yeah, as
throw up
long
some
as, we put up barriers and so
controls
forth.
or
yeah.
something, yeah. Yeah,
That works.
if that's okay.
Yeah.
so, do you want to, we'll close the hearing.
All right, I will make a motion that we close the hearing for 32 Wenham Street, DEP SC 126-551.
And a second? Yes.
Point of order, Jeff, just for a second. Trees were taken down within 65 feet, so,
So we probably should, so really sort of need to vote for the variance
Right.
part of it.
Exactly so.
Already.
Would that be before we close the hearing?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I make a motion that we approve a variance to allow trees to be taken down within the 65 feet of Wenham Pond.
I'll second that motion.
Been motion for variance for tree cutting within 65 feet of Wenham Pond. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Any opposed? That's passed unanimously.
What does the order say? 65
Yep.
or 100?
The notice that we have here is 100.
Notice of intent would be 100.
Okay.
Yeah, but then the notice of intent was, well, it didn't specify in the notice of intent, but we,
So within 100 feet.
yeah,
Pine trees to be removed which are within 100 feet. So that's the NOI, or the 100-foot mass section, okay? We took care of the 65.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if there should be
Yeah.
something
Right.
in the notes that
in the,
that
I
we had
I
to
could
issue
put it in the,
variance.
yeah.
Because it's
yeah.
not on the agenda.
I'll add it on as the condition, then I'll put that was,
Okay.
yeah.
Works.
Yeah.
All right, now I'll make a motion that we close the hearing
Okey dokey.
on 32 Wenham Street, DEP SC 126-551.
I'll second that one.
Been moved and seconded to close the hearing on 22 Wenham Road, DEP SE 126-551. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed unanimously. Okay.
So, they'll sign it and then I'll mail it?
Yeah,
to you?
we have to, we've closed the hearing, then we've got to vote to approve the,
Oh, okay.
I make a motion that
Issue
we
the order.
approve the NOI for 32 Wenham Street.
okay.
We didn't approve?
We just.
We just closed it?
Yeah, no, you have to.
Yeah, we approve. I'll second that one. Jeez.
It's a technicality.
It's been moved and
Goes without
seconded
saying.
to issue the approval of the NOI for 22 Wenham Street. All those in favor, please say aye.
32.
32,
32.
yeah. Yeah.
Wait, you're
Okay,
good.
am I corrected?
All right.
Okay,
Aye.
Aye. Everybody
that's
aye.
passed unanimously then.
Oh, yeah.
No need to add that.
And this is the plan that you submitted, just so you can see it.
Right. Oh, Lord.
We'll figure it out. Very easy. Good, thank you.
Oh, thank
Yep.
you. Thank
So I'll
you.
send you a copy of it, and then we'll record that at the registry of the deeds.
Okay. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
This goes with it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Barry?
Okay.
Yeah. Cynthia Barry.
Okay. And. Gotta get one.
Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, we gotta wait a while.
We'll have to
Yeah.
wait for,
I would definitely wait till the
Yeah.
time on this one.
because I don't think the, I know,
Yeah.
I know, I
He'll
think,
probably come at you if you
yeah,
don't do
Kevin and John are coming.
They are.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin Grady from Grady Consulting and John Zimmer.
Okay.
One person.
How many miles you got on your sign-on, Jim?
Oh, Lord. I think it's about 75,000 now.
Oh, that's it? Oh, that's
Yeah, I
still
know.
up.
My wife wants to always take her, she got a RAV4. A little more room. It's red.
I got a couple of 200 plus
Bunch
on
of
them,
tree huggers.
kind of indestructible.
Although, you know, it doesn't do so good driving on the bog roads. That's better.
It's not off-road.
It's not very high up off the ground, is it? Isn't it kind of low?
No, it's real low.
Yeah.
I went down to the Weston Brothers down at the south end of town and to look at something and unfortunately hit a soft spot too. And it's like, oh, started sinking right in. Jesus. And I walked about 200 yards and all of a sudden I saw them and I said, hey, come on over. And they said, what's up, Jim? And I said, well, you got a problem over here.
Yeah.
Then I started laughing saying, well, what have you been poking around on our bogs for? Should we have you arrested for trespassing?
You're gonna have to look at it, so it's.
But they're good.
Yep, they're great trucks,
Oh, it's a
though.
mess.
Yeah, very pleased with it.
And from the fleet I had combined almost 3 million miles
So
on
you
them.
have a right to have.
I did.
I think.
Two-star systems, plenty of conditioning pump,
Where we were on this side of
one
the plant,
transmission.
And when you run,
6 inches.
That's pretty damn
inches
good.
down, you're hitting
It's
the line,
unbelievable.
period.
and, you know, he did do a couple soil.
I see about 5 or 6 around town now.
Yeah, we're down, we moved over to the Jeep Renegades.
But there was some, just
I wonder if you went out there ahead of time.
Just
to
a
do
little
soil on the good
tougher
spots.
for,
Yeah, just, a little more creature comforts, you know.
Also,
still said they were wet.
You know, it's got the
Yeah,
Bluetooth for the
It's,
phone,
you know, the raspberry and the stuff.
and they don't, they
I saw
obviously
that.
changed that sign on quite a bit. It's-
yeah, that's true when they lowered it down.
Yeah, I
but,
don't like the new
A
ones.
moonscape.
yeah.
But,
Dad, you still, are you having the Jeeps painted company colors?
They're white with just decals.
You got this big, huge, like,
But there are sections where they got like 3 pines in a row.
It's an amazing little truck though, they're made in Italy, and
All around
Mm-hmm.
it.
it has an 8-speed automatic transmission.
Fern, mass
Really?
fern.
Yeah, and, they're getting, we're almost getting 30 miles a gallon.
Right. So, but if you got away from the roots.
Speed automatic, wow.
Yeah.
Guaranteed
You never
to hit
even,
one
you
of the
never
6,
really
8,
feel
10.
it shifting, it's just.
you know,
Yeah,
trees
yeah,
going up.
smooth.
Oh, yeah, they're all,
Electric streets,
no,
you know,
like,
trying to get out of the water. Trying to get out of the
Well, I'm
water.
happy with the manual in the sign. You know, it's by given in accordance with the Mass Wetlands Protection Act, Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Carver Wetlands Protection Bylaw, that a public hearing will be held at 7:30 PM on Wednesday, October 18th, 2017, in Meeting Room 1 at the Carver Town Hall, to hear the abbreviated notice of resource area delineation. It's an ANRAD filed by Westlight Development Incorporated, care of Buzz Artiano applicant. The applicant is requesting through the ANRAD that the Carver Conservation Commission confirm the delineation of the wetland resource area on the property. The project is located at 157 North Main Street, Carver, Mass., map 24, parcels 4A, 4B, and 4C. All interested parties are invited to attend. Copies of all plans, filings, and pertinent documents are available at the Conservation Commission office.
Can you set up front so you can?
where you
Yeah.
like. If you could sign in for us, sir,
Sure, we'll do.
You want a couple plants?
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to see that. Wait till you see the property.
I can give you each one. And actually, you, if you want to hang on,
Oh, you got one? Okay.
It is quite the thing. a matter of fact,
She wanna
there's
look
some
at it?
party, you want to look at the map, ma'am? Oh, why don't we give up one of ours? Put it on that table at the end of the ring here, and you can, anybody else?
So, all set up.
Yeah,
Kevin Grady from Grady Consulting, representing the applicant, which is Westlight Development, Buzz Artiano. With me here tonight also is John Zimmer, South River Environmental, who did the delineation. The existing site consists of a single-family dwelling. It's located across the street from commercial property. There's signal lights out in front here. I'm sure you're familiar with it as you head out to Plimpton. So the application before you, as you read, ends in ANRAD. We are delineating the wetlands to determine the limits of the conservation jurisdiction, what we can do, what's upland, what's wetland. So we had South River Environmental delineate a bordering vegetated wetland. There's 40 flags, some of them off the property to the north here, and they basically bisect the lot from the front right corner back to here. The other resource area is a Zone A, as shown on the FEMA flood maps. That's inside the bordering vegetated wetland. So John is a professional wetland scientist. We've had him do hundreds of wetland delineations for us. He's very experienced in the field. Great job on these. We have him go out and delineate the bordering vegetated wetland on the merits, the wetland versus upland, hydric soils, etc. We believe the line to be accurate, and I believe you've also walked it. Brooks walked it.
yeah, I walked it with.
And the only one I didn't was Savory, but,
I
yeah.
walked it today.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't receive any comments that there was any major discrepancies. We believe the line's, as I said, accurate as shown on the plan. John, would you like to add anything to the, how you delineated it or what you found on
Sure,
the site?
I can just touch briefly on it. For the record, John Zimmer, South River Environmental. As all delineations, they're based on the three-parameter approach: hydrology, hydrosoils, hydrophytic vegetation. So, for those of you, Jim and Tim, who've walked the site, you see that it's a mix of upland and wetland vegetation, kind of above and below the line. Sweet pepper bush creeps up, red maple creeps up, but then in those areas you'll have non-hydric soils. And similarly, you'll have areas where you'll have hydric soils and then upland vegetation. So it's a bit of a funky site. I mean, I'm sure it was worked at some point, but in this area, there were hydric soils above the line, but non-hydric vegetation, we didn't have 50% or more hydrophytic vegetation. So I basically used the DEP methodology to delineate the line. Obviously, this portion off-site is shown on the plan. I'm not sure how you've handled it in the past, whether or not you'll confirm resources that aren't specifically on the property. But they certainly set up the buffer zones. It's a plustron forested system, a mix of red maple in the overstory, but there's also quite a bit of oak as well, and white pine. The understory is a mix, and sweet pepper bush is everywhere, so it's upland and in the wetland. For those of you that have walked it, I'm happy to answer any other questions that you may have on the line.
How many soils tests did you take?
I went around, where I did the line, I based some of it on soils. I looked at soils, along the whole line as I went up and down.
So how many did you take?
I didn't do Data Plus, but I would say 20 to 30 as I went along the line.
And what did you find in those soils? Because I walked the site, and I'm trying to figure this out, how you delineated that line. Because we're looking at two different things or something, I don't know.
How so?
Well, I figured every place I'd dig down, I'd end up hitting water at about a foot.
Right, and what I said was some areas where you may have had hydrosoils
Well,
above the line.
I pretty much walked the whole thing.
Right.
I mean, on the upland side, I found, oh geez, maple, blueberry, bittersweet, mass fern, moss, raspberry. That's not upland's stuff.
Half of the plants you just described are upland,
Well, the fern isn't, maple's not, blueberry's not.
correct?
Bittersweet is, I did a combination of both. You got pine and oak there too. But on this side, there's so much wet in this, on the upland side, I just don't know how you put the flags where they are, I'll be honest with you. I would ask that the commission request a third party on this.
Well, if I can speak to that,
You could speak to it, sir, but I know what I saw. I've been around a while. I've gone through the schools.
I understand.
I'm not an engineer, but I'm looking at this the first time I've ever seen a delineation that I pretty much totally disagreed with.
That's interesting. What I was going to say was that, your agent is a wetland scientist as well. I'm happy to go out and walk the line and work with her on the delineation.
I'm not, no. I would like to have an outside third representative of our town going through that.
Someone hired
Right,
by the
yeah,
commission.
right.
Okay, it's a consultant.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean,
I-
I have to say, it's a very difficult site.
I looked
There's
at- I-
stuff,
I just-
both,
I've never
and
asked
John
this
knows.
before, but I'm looking at this, I just don't know where you saw it. What I saw on one side of the flag, I saw on the other side of the flag. It was like, I don't know how you put your flags where they are. I really don't. I'm looking at the wetlands, I'm looking at the hydrology, I'm looking at the ground. I'm standing in water and they're calling it upland. I'm sorry.
That's where the 50%,
I understand what you're saying, but I think it's more.
so, but you were saying you saw it on both sides, I'm just
Yes,
saying that that's not
absolutely.
uncommon.
Absolutely.
Well,
What did you think? You saw, we didn't look at every single flag,
no,
but,
we didn't.
Well,
and there are low areas where where we saw the sphagnum moss and we saw the,
Yeah, and
and then
we
this-
looked at the core samples that you
Yeah.
took out. And,
it is a difficult site.
but, I didn't think it was that, well, if you, okay, do you want to see if we can get somebody else?
It's up to you guys. You have a right to get to get an outside
You have
consultant.
that right.
if you want.
This is the first time I've asked the board about this since
Yeah.
I've been on the board. I looked at this and I just couldn't understand how they could put the flags where they were. I just couldn't do it. Now, if a third party comes in and they said they're right, that's fine. But I'm in disagreement with this gentleman.
So just so you know too, John's an outside consultant on this project as well. I'm the lead engineer working for the
Westlake.
Westlight. And as I said, John's an outside consultant delineating it on the merits. He has no involvement with the project, doesn't know what it is. Just so you know.
I'm sorry, but I don't agree with the gentleman. It's that easy. I just couldn't tell from one side of the flag to the other. The delineation was not clear at all. That's my own opinion. And I just can't see it. I can't vote for it, that's for sure. So you get a nay vote here if we go on the vote. You may get, the others may be yays, but
Well, I have to rely on you and Jim, because I did not get, go out there.
I
so.
didn't feel that the flagging was that far off. It is true that the vegetation You know, it's confusing because of the fact, but that frequently is the case all through Carver, that you have areas that are, it's just wetland gradually moving to upland, but the plant mix is so that it blends right in.
On both sides.
Yeah. And I did, now,
You know what we could
did you
do? I
and
could.
Tim
I
do
could-
any core samples?
Jim, I'll tell you what we could do if you don't want to go that route. What we could do is, I know that you haven't had a chance to look at it.
Right.
So,
And it was just offered to us to go out there with this gentleman,
right,
to have
So-
him explain.
we could
His
do that.
findings
We
as
can
we
go
walk
back
it.
out there. I'll go with him.
Maybe we could do that.
Okay.
And then we could go by, you know, maybe go through each flag or something, or maybe do a little, because we did do a couple, you know, soil samples, but maybe do a little more, and then you could explain to them, you know, about the hydric soils and, well, you know, yeah.
The soils
This
is
would be-
what.
I think I'd rather
really
have
got
you
me.
do it.
You know, the soils didn't look
The
good.
soils were absolutely funky, and there were some areas where it was high, but when they did, you know, look at the DEP
Well,
data
it's,
plot.
you know, then I'll withdraw my request at this point, and my new request would be to go out on the site with,
Second.
Okay.
with the soils and with the rest of our commission.
Okay, maybe this time, then we just go, say, along the line of the flagging.
Yeah.
And just very, very seriously follow it.
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah,
Pick a day and a time, and I'll be there.
yeah, I think, would that work?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be better because,
We're all there, then we
yeah,
can explain it.
yeah.
Um,
Because, you know, I mean, and as you know, when you do hire another consultant, it's just another opinion, and, you know, and they're probably gonna find, whatever, yeah, so it is almost,
that
yeah.
Right there.
Exactly. So it would be
It's a
easier
little
to
more
do
than
that.
No, but sometimes.
And I know,
Sometimes that is.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I do, I mean, I know,
20 feet over that way, that's what you want to avoid.
yeah, and I've worked with John before, and I know John knows what he's doing. It's not, it's just the site is, you know, it's a nightmare, you know.
Sometimes the.
I've never seen a site this bad, as far as, not your flagging, but, don't misunderstand me, but as far as trying to figure out the delineation. Because
Yeah.
it's crazy. I don't know how you did it. That's what I want
I
to
mean,
know.
it's too bad there's not a steep slope, you know. It's flat, yeah.
It's flat, and you get a mix of
Yeah.
upland and wetland beds.
And we were looking, it looked like there were tire ruts and things, kind of all like way, you know, kind of in the middle of the wetlands, which doesn't help either, because then you get the low spots with the spectrum moss, I mean, yeah, yeah.
Just getting out there was getting wet. Getting out to the
So
site.
do you want us to coordinate with Brooke or just?
Oh, wait, let's-
pick a
Oh,
day?
coordinate with Brooke.
Oh, we could do it now, if you want to
Want to
do
do
it
it
now?
now? Okay.
We'll go out right now. Do it in the dark,
Yeah.
that'll be easy.
Okay, let's.
Can't do it on Mondays.
Okay,
I have
yeah.
This Monday,
Mondays and,
yeah, this Monday.
Mondays
can't-
and,
Training.
I mean, we have,
Mondays and Thursdays, I have
okay,
No, Monday and Thursday.
School.
Okay.
we could, I think it's supposed to rain Tuesday and Wednesday next week, but, you know,
Wednesdays work. I don't have a problem with Wednesdays.
Wednesdays or Fridays would work.
Fridays fine. yeah. Hopefully,
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm
I
around.
mean, listen, it doesn't have to be next week.
Yeah, Wednesday afternoon or anytime Friday works for me.
Want to do Friday?
you mean,
Friday of next week, yeah.
not this Friday, but the Friday after, or this Friday? What do you want to do?
Following,
Okay, sure.
which is
What's
be
the date
like
on that one?
October
27th.
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 27th. 10/27.
Yeah, I should be fine with that.
10/27.
Okay.
10/20.
I'll
Shit.
pencil it in.
I can't guarantee it, but it
Wanna
sounds,
Revisit on Friday, the October 27th.
What time?
So, 10?
10?
10 is good.
You guys like 10?
Yep.
Friday at 10.
Does
27.
that sound?
Let's see.
All right.
And I guess we'll request a continuance to the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will do that.
We actually haven't even got another meeting planned until, so we don't have any other, like, new
Well,
filings?
It would be the first meeting in November, let's.
Yeah.
This will be our-
Which hasn't quite been determined. It'll probably be November 15th, I'm thinking, because we don't have any new filings. and we have a filing coming in next week. By the time it gets,
Bittersweet's an FAC.
unless we just wanted, unless we, you know,
What's the first,
Bittersweet's an
The first is like the
FACU1.
so if,
First
so if we
Wednesday is the
continue to the
first.
6th, it would, this would be the only thing on. Because we have no new filings, and it's too late to advertise for the 6th. You know what I mean? So if we continued this
Sixth
one.
is a Monday. The
Oh,
first is
whatever
the
the first-
The first Wednesday in November is the 1st of November.
right.
Oh, okay,
And if this
Halloween's
is
Tuesday.
continuance, we don't have to worry about advertising.
right. And if this was the only, I mean, if you guys were in a hurry, I mean, we could just have the
I
one,
mean, efficiency's good, but we're not,
okay. Otherwise, it would definitely be the 15th, because I know we're getting a filing next week,
Well, why don't
and
we
then,
continue it, at this point, why don't we plan to continue to the 1st, and then,
okay,
if necessary,
all right,
and
okay.
okay.
it would have to be with their approval.
Yeah, so we,
November 1st is fine,
okay,
11.
7:30.
7,
Seven
you'd be the only one on.
Okay, 7,
It's at 15, actually, yeah.
7:15, all right. Thank you.
Okay, all right, so October 27th,
Yep, October
Understand.
27th at 10 on the site. and
All
then
righty.
November 1 at 7:15.
yeah.
Yeah, all right, that
Thank
works.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now it's a motion for continuance?
I make a motion that we continue the hearing at 157 North Main Street until Wednesday, November 1st.
I'll second that motion.
This would be the
Moved
only
and
Is
seconded
motion or a
to
motion?
continue
So,
to November
I can
1st.
talk to them.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Pass unanimously. Thank you.
That's silly. Okay, thank you, Kevin. Thank you, John.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, that, yeah,
Okay.
I think that makes sense. Because like you say, that's gonna, oh, did anybody from the, did you want, anybody from the outside want to comment? Didn't you want to see the plan?
I'm sorry, we didn't close it yet. We want to make, does anybody have a comment on
Because you were looking at the plan.
157 North Main Street? Oh, come on, what's your questions? Oh, yes, sign right in. Gentlemen, don't go anywhere yet.
Yes, 159 North Main Street.
You
We-
thought you were getting out of
We're
here.
next door to Larry. Our land goes behind Larry, goes behind those lots, and goes back up the side. Actually, the parcel of land that Buzz is looking at, we are thoroughly surrounded by the land. We're left, back, and side, and if he does get that passed, where's the water gonna go? I know we have wetland, and the water table is very high back there, very high. We've made test drills, there's heavy clay back there, there's a river back there, and we're concerned of our property going underwater.
I could understand that.
We have 10 acres. We go to the side of Larry, we go behind Larry, and back up to the side by the Mobile. And this property Buzz is talking about is thoroughly in the middle of us. We are thoroughly surrounded. Now, I don't mind, I respect Buzz, I know Buzz personally, Buzz is a good man. I just don't want to find our place underwater. I had an issue many years back with the Renaissance Fair. And thank God, I sat down with them, and they took about 60 acres of their land, the drainage, onto my land. And I said, gentlemen, we're dairy farmers in Maine. I says, I know conservation, because we have hundreds of acres in the state of Maine. That's a federal offense, and it's illegal. And thank God, I won that battle. Renaissance Fair stood up, and they corrected the problem. It cost big money, but they spent 3-4 weeks in there bulldozing backhoes. When you fill in wetland, the water's gonna go somewhere. It's not gonna disappear.
But he's not
Well,
filling.
that's, sir, that's what we're going to determine on the 27th, is if,
It is
we have to
wetland.
determine where the delineation is, where the wetlands starts and where the uplands or the dry area starts.
Yes.
That's what we're going to do on the
That's
27th.
the only thing.
At that point, we're going to meet back here on 11/1 to discuss what we found. Now, if you would get any information with reference to your land and this abutting property, as far as, you know, a map showing your land to the property and what you feel the issues are, we would be certainly glad to listen to everything you have to
Got all
say.
the maps you need, because your town engineers were on my property for 3 or 4 years, because the water pumping station's behind my land. So
Oh,
I've got
he's-
everything in detail.
He's where the water
Everything in
line went,
detail.
I think.
There's a water line back there.
But it actually
Right.
runs south of that now, that I thought originally that
Is
it,
he near where the water line went in?
Can I address the board?
yes.
Absolutely. Please sign in.
Yeah.
The water line is down here.
Where's the water line?
I don't know, yeah, I'm not sure where he is. You okay?
Behind it and on the other side.
Yeah.
30 acres is what you said you own, or 10?
We own 10 acres.
10 acres.
10 acres.
So the, just quickly, just so we make sure we're talking about the same thing here. This is his
Yeah,
it's
that's
green
the
house
nice
over
house,
here,
yeah.
and then his property comes around like this and goes
Okay.
around the side. And then-
Oh, okay.
And this is where the water line is.
Yeah.
This
Right.
was directional drilled out to the pump
To the plant,
station,
yeah.
under the wetlands.
Right under everything,
Yeah, that was a directional drilling project. There's a big PVC pipe,
Yeah.
not PVC, but black poly. So the goal here, the reason for the delineation is for any, to establish where the wetland lines are, so that I can do a development on the property. Now, that development may be minor in nature, it may be more in nature, but that'll all have to go through planning board, board of health, all those people. And any water that's generated on property will have to stay on property during a planning board filing, and will have to be held in a retention basin or whatever. So, right now, all we're asking to do is delineate the wetlands.
That's all we're interested in, sir, is delineation. Everything on it after that is somebody else's issue.
Right.
We are duly charged with wetlands and the protection of those wetlands. That is it. If planning, we have nothing to do with, we have nothing to do with the building or anything else, just the wetlands. That's what we do. And that's all we're gonna look at.
So this is the first step, and then if I decide to do a development there of any type, then you would be notified again, and I'll come and see you before that, and bring you plans and talk about all that, and make sure that
See
the
what might be
water is
suitable.
not directed onto his
Yeah.
property.
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
thank you.
Thank you for your time.
All right, have a good night.
thanks.
Now you can go. Just wanted to make sure we didn't need you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Who's this black-haired girl?
What's that?
I think that's their daughter or something.
Who?
The older couple's daughter, is that?
I don't know, there might have been a neighbor, maybe?
No, I think she's related somehow.
Oh,
I thought.
that might have been Mrs. Leary. Is that Margaret Leary?
No.
No, she looked kind of like,
Yeah, we looked.
oh, the young girl, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, the young one is, yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
She's saying, she's
Can we do the next one? Yeah, we can.
with Buzzy, so she must be actually, there must be a connection there.
Oh, maybe it's his daughter. So he's on the Kingston Conservation Commission.
Yeah. She's probably the kid that complained about the water coming through the Governor Carver ceiling. That's why they moved.
See what I got
Okay.
for my 700?
Okay.
So,
All righty.
on to the next
That's what I got
show.
for my
Really
$700.
extra. At this point, our hearing for 40 Pine Street. Notice is hereby given in accordance with the Mass Wetlands Protection Act, Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Carver Wetlands Protection Bylaw, that a public hearing will be held at 7:45 on Wednesday, October 18th, 2017, in Meeting Room 1 at the Carver Town Hall, to hear the request for determination of applicability filed by Renee Raitano to determine whether A, the area depicted on the plans and/or maps referenced are subject to the jurisdiction of the Wetlands Protection Act, and whether the proposed work, construction of a barn, is subject to the Wetlands Protection Act, and whether the area and/or work depicted on the reference plans is subject to the jurisdiction of any municipal wetlands ordinance or bylaw of the town of Carver. The proposed work is located within the 100-foot buffer zone to an abutting cranberry bog and will be conducted at 40 Pine Street, Carver, Mass., map 86, lot 15-0-R. All interested parties are invited to attend.
Okay. So if you remember, Renee came to the last meeting, and this is one that I had looked at, and she wants to do the barn within the area. It's already grassed and fenced in, and then there's another area of grass and that drops down in the neighboring driveway, the neighbor, Bassignani's driveway, and then their cranberry bog beyond that. So we told Renee it would be fine for her to do an RDA because
Do we have any maps?
she has one. She showed us.
Ma'am, if you could sign in, please? Thank you.
You actually wanted me to bring the paper that says how far we had to dig down, because we only had to dig down 4
Oh,
inches.
remember for the
So,
foundation
yes,
thing, or
yeah.
the
Footings.
pad, yep.
For the footings, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think somebody
Do you
asked
want
that,
this?
yep.
Give that to Brooke.
I underlined it where it says it.
Yep. So this is basically what she's doing, so it's really, you know, she's not
Yeah.
digging like a foundation. It's gonna be put on a
You
pad,
put isolated
stone.
footings in, yeah.
So,
This is her property here.
Yeah.
That's not
yeah,
even a big
so that's her
barn.
house, and so all, there's a fence around here, and then there's all grassed lawn, and then the barn is going in here. And then there's another area of grassed lawn, and then Bassignani's driveway isn't on here, but their driveway kind of comes, you know, their paved driveway comes in here and goes that way.
Right.
Okay, must go-
Up,
Must
you
be
know,
off
beyond their bog,
her
yeah.
lot,
Yeah, the bog is Bassignani's bog.
A lot of lines.
And it's, you know, it's flat, so it's not, nothing's, it doesn't slope down to the, you know, down to the bog or anything. There's a whole, it's basically what she's doing, the barn is all flat. Flat and already grassed.
How far away is the barn from the wetlands?
Looks like it ends right at the 65 feet.
The barn is, yeah, just is outside the
What's
65.
this?
That's the corral. Here's the barn.
Oh, got it, right,
Barn's
okay.
got the
yeah, yeah,
smaller building,
okay.
the corral goes into it.
Okay, crown cap, yeah, here we go, okay, a bit further.
Have you looked at this at all, Brooke?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
I looked at, yep. Yep,
You're
she-
just doing the gravel, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Because the second paragraph here mentions that you could do sonotube.
Right, no, I think that's with a bigger barn. It's not a very big barn, so it's
Okay.
just 2 stalls.
Okay.
I'm good with it.
4 inches.
That's good enough for me. At least we got to know what's going on, you know?
Yep.
Well, I think we probably ought to look at it.
Brooke did,
Brooke did, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I didn't think it was anything that would need notice of intent.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The corral is gonna go out.
It's
within
outside the
that's-
65.
That's within the 65
It's
foot
within
on,
the
so we have to do a variance on the corral.
Yeah,
It's all outside of the 65. It's 65 feet away from the.
The corral's not.
okay,
Yes, it
okay,
is.
that's
Oh.
okay.
It's exactly the
That
same.
line
It
there is
goes
the well distance.
parallel to the bog
Okay.
out.
Oh, I see.
And the
But there's no
drive,
problem with the variance, don't misunderstand me.
Okay.
That's it.
and the driveway is in between the two, so,
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't either.
okay, that's, now that's cleared, I'm sorry. I
yeah,
just-
the 100 kind of goes
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
yep,
I looked on Google Maps, and it looked fine to me.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't see any problem with it.
You have any other people commenting?
Are there any
I think
abutters?
they're with you, right?
No, those are my parents.
They're not gonna say
Just in
anything
case I
bad.
had technical things that I didn't know what I was talking about, yeah.
They're not against it.
I just
People
know a bond
rooting-
is coming, I don't
So
know.
the
a
people
lot about-
rooting for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Section, good.
Yeah. Yeah, Bassignani's a kind of up the hill away from us. and,
Right.
Then we have neighbors on either side that
Yeah.
don't have a problem with it. so.
Yeah.
Do you know if the bog has been harvested?
Is it what?
The bog, do you know if have you happened to notice whether the bog has been harvested?
Has the bog been harvested?
Bog, I thought you said the barn. I think it has. I saw people out there, they dry pick it, and I'm pretty sure
Oh,
it
that's
has.
a dry pick?
Yeah,
It's organic, it's another one.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Bassignani's is? Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
is that the only
So
one they
I
have?
think it's done.
It's got-
Well,
it's the
horse
only
poop
one
is
they have.
organic, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Oh, it's dog
Actually, it's
food,
good,
that's right.
yeah.
So he does organic stuff.
He's got 8 or 10 different
Yeah.
areas all around.
Well, I think it's good.
Yeah, I have no questions.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions about this? No?
So this would be a negative determination.
Yeah, it's a negative
Saying that she
determination of
doesn't have to file.
applicability. Let's
We have to
see,
Close the hearing first?
do we have to close the hearing first? I don't
We
think
close the hearing
so.
first, and
Yeah.
close the hearing first, and then we issue the negative determination.
All right, I make a
Oh,
motion
we
that
have to.
that we
Oh, no,
close the
okay.
hearing at, on the RDA for 40 Pine Street.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded to close the hearing on 40 Pine Street. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, hearing's closed.
Thank you.
And that's a good thing, the negative
Okay,
determination.
good.
Wait, no. Now we have to
We're
vote
not
to
done
issue
yet.
it.
The important part's
It's
coming.
quite a process.
Boy, you want to get out of here, don't you?
All right, I'll make a motion that we find a negative determination
Of
on the
applicability.
RDA for 40 Pine Street.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded to issue a negative determination for 40 Pine Street. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Pass unanimous. Now you're,
Unanimously? Got
Thank you
two.
so much.
Thank you, Renee.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Enjoy your barn.
We done?
I think we are.
I will make a motion that we adjourn.
So, I was gonna say, if we didn't put that one, the ANRAD, I mean, that would be, if we had a meeting on the first, it would be the only thing that would be on.
yes, that's right.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were in a hurry. If they're not in a hurry, then we can push it to the 15th.
We can
We'll talk to them and see.
Since we don't need to advertise it, we can talk to them on Friday when we're out there.
Right,
And if we see that it's going to be, we think it's going to be problematic.
right. Well, that's true, too. I mean, if you
Yeah.
can't really make the case,
I can't wait to hear what he's got to say, I'll tell you the truth.
if you can't make the case, then you might still want to get somebody else.
Right, but in which case I think we would probably want to do November 1st just to say that we have to get somebody
Oh,
else.
I see what you're saying. Yes, you're probably
So we're not
right.
wasting 2 more weeks
Yeah.
Right,
on
right,
top
right,
of whatever we decide.
Well, we can determine that while we're out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
right. Okay,
Okay, so,
yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
I made a motion to adjourn.
I'll second the motion. Boy, I'm seconding everything tonight.
been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.